Hello and good morning. As promised, my 1-minute makeup video. Before we get started and I start doing the application, obviously you can see me, I have a very bare face. It's the beginning of my day. I wanted to just go over a little bit about the Julie Hewitt makeup line. She is a makeup artist out of Hollywood. Her background is really aesthetics. She decided back in 2001 that she would create her own makeup line. She was using a plethora of makeup lines from MAC makeup to Bobbi Brown. Anyways, her makeup is simple and clean. It's paraben free. It's essential and mineral oil based. She makes it in small batches, which ensure a better quality of the makeup. So that being said, I'm going to get right to it. I actually put all of the essentials that I'm going to be using today, just so you can see, on a tray, from my moisturizer to her rose water, and I'll explain a little bit about that as I'm applying it, and the brushes that I'm going to use. So I'm going to pick it up as opposed to looking down and picking up every product. So as you can see here, we have the rose water, which is a hydrator for your skin, moisturizer, which is currently my favorite winter moisturizer, and I'll tell you a little bit about the line as we go on in other videos. And then here we have foundation, powder, an eyeshadow called Brunette, which we use for the brows here. It's called Brunette Brow. Her Cheeky, which is that one pot wonder. I'll explain a little bit as I'm using it and applying it. I have a powder brush. I think every woman should have an eyebrow brush. And then my mascara. And that's what we're going to be using today for that simple, quick, 1-minute makeup. I will tell you, you don't need much more than this. Perhaps just a few accent pieces, which will go on as I keep rolling those videos. So here we go. I think the basis to great makeup, even a quick look every day, is fresh, clean skin, obviously. But the health of your skin is the foundation of beautiful makeup. So that being said, I did clean my face this morning with my Clarisonic brush. Certainly go into that at a later date. But I'm going to use Julie Hewitt's Rose Water. She's a really big fan of supple looking skin and that dewy look that you see those stars on magazines and the runway. She's really into a healthy look of the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply her rose water, and I'm going to do it liberally. I happen to love a face that's drenched with toner. For time's sake, I'm going to rub it in. And it really is just a nice rose water. It's alcohol free, and its main purpose is a big drink of water for the skin. I love applying, especially here in the winter, a nice dermal, and I'm applying a Yonka dermal to my face and my neck. Remember, ladies, you're always treating this as your face too. Remember, this ages much quicker than the skin on your face. And I'm applying moisturizer. Nothing really fancy about applying these products. It really is just about getting it on the skin and making sure that you cover all areas. And as you saw, I came near my ears and around my eyes. So I'm going to just point out just some of the flaws on my face. And when I say flaws, it's not a bad thing. There's a little bit of discoloration around my eye. As you can see, I have a little bit of that dark circle over here and under here. I have a little redness, oops, and a little moisturizer there. A little redness around my nose, and you can see that I have a rosy pinkness to my lips. You'll notice I'm going to actually cover that up so that I get the true color out of my lipstick that I'm putting on. So when I say 1-minute makeup, I'm not literal. I'm meaning about a minute and a half. Sometimes it could be 30 seconds. So for all those people who might write to me and say that was actually a minute and 15 seconds, let's be breezy and liberal with the time. So here we go. With her foundation, it's a creme foundation. I'm actually, as you can see, applying lots of friction with my fingers, and I'm using my fingers as my tool. And cover all of those areas first with the foundation that do not match the rest of my skin. This particular color is called Audrey, and that's what matches best my skin. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly apply. Now I'm not going to do a full coverage today just because we're going to assume that it's 1 minute makeup and I'm just going to the market or dropping off the kids, or I have a quick meeting at the bank, or I'm meeting my girlfriend for coffee at the coffee shop. And I want to just look put together. And I'm going to go right over my lips. And this is the application of my foundation. I'm going to give myself a quick dusting of a translucent powder. And the reason why I'm doing that, it's not necessary all the time, but for me, I do have a very oily eyelid, and I know in about 20 minutes I'm just going to start to get some creasing. And this powder is gorgeous. It's mineral based, and what it does is it does take on your own pigment. So do not, if you're going to purchase a powder like this, do not be afraid of its whiteness. The nice thing about her powders is they're talc free, non-comedogenic, and here we go. Now I'm ready to apply a little bit of color. So we talked about that cheeky, it's that one pot wonder. It's these little pots of creamy color. Let me see if I can get the logo in there. These little pots of creamy color. And you can use it for your cheeks, your lips, and your eyes, and you'll see how I'm going to do that. So I'm actually going to take a sponge. Certainly be careful if you have a latex allergy with these sponges because they are latex. And I'm going to dab on my cheek, the color, and you'll see that it doesn't go on that nice at first, but I'm going to go ahead and just blend the color out. And I love going over my nose. It's nice to get this color on the places where the sun would naturally hit, so that way you get a real natural look out of your cheeky. And that's the cheeky on my cheeks. This particular color is called Jammy. It is one of my favorites. And I'm going to go ahead and take Jammy and I'm going to apply it just kind of on my bone. It tends to reach other areas of my eyelid. Really quick application. And I'm actually going to put it on my lips with a little bit of a lip brush. This is definitely something you don't have to do. You don't need a lip brush, but because I have one handy here, I actually have a double-edged sword. I have an eyebrow brush and then a lip brush. This lip brush can also be used as an eyeliner brush. My philosophy about makeup is simple. Less is more. It's about you looking and feeling put together, and that's exactly what you'll exude. So that is the cheeky on my lips. I'm going to go ahead and brush out my brows. I do have a mirror right next to me to actually brush a little bit of that brunette eyeshadow color on my eyebrow. And I need to look into this mirror only because I get confused with the depth perception here. So I'm going to go ahead and you can see me. I'm just going to brush in my eyebrow. I do have them waxed on a weekly basis, but this is a wonderful way of making your brows look nice and neat. And I do have a little bit of sparseness through my brows, and it's just a great way to fill them in and it look natural. For those who are just going to play around with the idea of painting in a little bit, brushing on a little bit of an eyeshadow color on the brow, do not be scared. It does look dark at first. So this is my brushed in brow, and that's what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and take a really nice light coat of her mascara. Julie Hewitt's mascara is made with rose oil, and I have to say, even when you're at the bottom of her mascara, or at the end of her mascara, you don't get that sticky, chalky tackiness and dryness out of your mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a nice light coat. I'm a really big fan of only putting mascara on the tops of your lashes so that you don't get that running of the mascara by midday. I will say there have been many mornings where I've done this 1 minute makeup look and it has lasted all day long. And I'm under normally a steamer, walking around, talking, pretty busy. And this is it. This is my 1-minute makeup look. I have my cheekies on my cheeks, my lips, and my eyes, and then a little bit of mascara, and I brushed in a little bit of a brown brunette eyeshadow. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video where we'll add a little bit of more makeup, perhaps. I haven't quite decided yet, so stay tuned.